Breaking news coming out in the past couple of minutes. Today, December the 13th, 2024, as we are hearing that Donald Trump is speaking out on the drones and he is saying, shoot them down. Trump calls for the mystery drones to be shot down right now. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with President-elect Donald Trump? If so, drop a 47 in the comments right now. As we are hearing, Trump is saying enough of this. This is a security threat. This is an issue. They're collecting data. We're seeing them multiply. It is time to get this threat off of U.S. soil. Shoot them down now. Drop a 47 if you agree with Donald Trump. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest information on this. And also, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get you caught up on the latest headlines that are coming out. Take a look at this, you guys. Trump demands action on the mystery drone sightings in the United States, saying this is unacceptable. We have been seeing this for over a month now. It's been really getting a lot of attention over the last 2 weeks. And in the past couple of days, we're hearing that they're coming from an Iranian mothership out in the ocean in the Atlantic. And now also I shared with you that they are not just in New Jersey, but there are states all over the U.S. I'm going to share with you the video footage here and the articles and around the world on U.S. military assets. Take a look at the headlines. Drone also fell out of the sky this morning, New Jersey 911 callers claim. Now, just to clarify, we had heard that there were 3 reports. Tuesday, there was one that fell out of the sky. False. Yesterday, one that fell out of the sky. False. One that fell out of the sky this morning. We are getting more information. I am watching it. We're hearing this one is actually one. A drone just crashed in New Jersey's backyard of a residence, and they are fed up. Now, I've actually got some video footage. I can't play it for you because it's from a local news source. They have been over there all day, and they are saying that they are seeing tons of police and FBI, and all of these people are coming to the location, to the site, and guess what? They're saying that they are releasing no information to them at this time. Now, I can't play it for you. I don't want to get hit with a copyright strike for playing a local news station reel, but I have it linked in the description so that way later on, if you want to watch it, you can hear what it was that they had to say as they're saying that they are investigating this and they're getting no answers. They're saying they are not at liberty to share what is going on. They're asking them, did you find anything out there? Why are all these crowds around this site? They're saying not giving out any information. Now, I have been searching on this because we heard this crash took place this morning. I've been looking for updates everywhere. I am seeing nothing coming out from the mainstream media on this, but I am seeing various little local news stations from New Jersey and New York talking about this, and they are saying that there is something, and it looks like it was one of the crashes. Now, I just shared with you earlier, we had heard that this drone had gone down. They said that what was different about what happened this morning is that when this one went down, that there were 10 other drones that came and kind of hovered over it, almost like inspecting it, and then took off. And then today we're hearing that they are under investigation. Now, I've been watching it because I want to make sure that I can let people know, because the previous 2 claims were false. Now we're hearing the one this morning. It has not been deemed false yet, just they're under investigation. And we're hearing that it is still taking place at this moment. Now, in addition to that, let's go ahead and keep going on at the looking at the news headlines, because as I mentioned to you, take a look at this. Texas Gulf Coast residents now spotting mysterious drones. We are hearing there are drones being spotted in Texas. We're hearing there are drones being spotted in San Diego, California. We are hearing there are drones being spotted at U.S. air bases in Germany. And as I shared with you earlier, we had heard from that member of Congress that said they are lying to you. Put a 1 if you think that the government is lying to us on this. Put a 2 if you think no, they just have no idea what's going on. But we have had 2 members of Congress come out now and say they know exactly what's going on. They are lying to you. They know exactly what is taking place. There is a mothership drone out in the Atlantic that are dispatching these drones out, sending them out, and they are from an Iranian mothership. Now, we heard the Pentagon immediately say this was inaccurate, this was false, these were false claims. However, we are hearing that they are doubling down, but as I'm going to be sharing with you today, we're hearing that Donald Trump is coming out and saying, regardless, it's time to shoot them down. Had enough of this, shoot them down. So Donald Trump saying it's time to take action, switching up the approach on this. And so, like I said, I'm going to dive into the latest articles coming out just in the past couple of minutes as he has made this announcement. Donald Trump saying, and a lot of people were asking me, what does Trump say about this? Trump is saying, shoot them down, lock and load and shoot them down. So Let's go ahead and get you the latest information. Now, as I mentioned, I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, play the video footage for you so that way you know it's the latest. Articles are going to be linked down in the description below, citing all the most recent sources for you. Also, if you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, hit the like button, help spread this out further so more people can get the latest updates. And also, in addition to that, resources linked down below, because as I mentioned in the last live stream, one of the major concerns is, what do these drones have the capabilities of doing? Now, I shared with people that last night I had heard two rumors. I had seen some footage but could not verify it. The two rumors were this. One was that one of the drones early this morning had crashed. Turns out that rumor was true. The second rumor was that these drones have the capability of shooting. That is right. They have the capability of shooting. Now, I haven't been able to verify this, so take it with a grain of salt, but we don't know the capabilities of these drones, if they can shoot, if they potentially could have payloads, and if so, nuclear warhead capabilities. Just one of these going off in the air could detonate an EMP that could wipe out power grids. And we literally have hundreds, if not thousands of these that are now being reported. We heard that just 2 nights ago, 180 of these came out of the ocean and the Atlantic and came to the land, new ones. So we had heard the night before 50 had come, then 180. Now we're hearing that there are heat maps reporting where these drones are at throughout New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Maryland, and they are saying now that there could be thousands. Just one of these having that detonating in the air could initiate an EMP. So I say that to say this. If you want to stock up on EMP-proof fabrics or various items, I've got various lists down below to make sure that people are not scared. They're prepared. I always say here on the channel, don't be afraid. Do not be scared. Be prepared. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but power. And if we are concerned or afraid or fearful of what is coming, let us take a second, acknowledge it, and say, okay, what can I do to make sure that I am ready for anything? So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest, though, because I do believe that knowledge is power, and the application of knowledge is the true power. So let's go ahead and get right to it, though. So as I mentioned, subscribe to stay up to date, hit the like button. All of my resources are my articles. They are linked down below. And let's take a look at the latest as we're hearing that Trump is saying he's had enough. Shoot them down. All right, so you can see here this article literally coming out in just the last 30 minutes, December the 13th, 2024, 5:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trump calls for mysterious drones to be shot down. President-elect Trump on Friday evening called for the authorities to shoot down the mysterious drones that have been seen in the skies of New Jersey and around the country. He also suggested that the government must know more about the mysterious sightings. Now, we are hearing a lot of people claiming that they do know more, that they are just not sharing because they don't want to scare the public with the information that they have. Now, mysterious drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know, and now. Otherwise, shoot them down, Donald J. Trump said, the incoming president, as he wrote on Truth Social. So he wrote this out saying, shoot them down now or let the public know the truth. And again, if you agree with Donald Trump, drop a 47 in the comments. The post comes as there have been mounting reports of sightings in New Jersey, New York, and according to Philadelphia's WPVI-TV, multiple reports of flying objects within Delaware and Philadelphia counties. The Pentagon on Wednesday denied that any foreign country was behind the mysterious drones that have flown near sensitive U.S. military sites in New Jersey. Lawmakers from New Jersey and New York areas that the mysterious drones have flown over sent a letter Thursday to the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Federal Aviation Administration demanding a briefing on the drones. Now, again, we had actually had briefings Tuesday in the House of Representatives, Wednesday in the Senate, and a lot of people very upset with those briefings as basically heard nothing. The Pentagon coming out and saying, we have really nothing to tell you. The White House vocalizing the same thing. It wasn't until we had those two members of Congress come out and say that there was a mothership in the Atlantic from Iran that we started to get some sort of an explanation. But the Pentagon was immediate in responding and saying that this was false. There was no validity to these claims. Now, reading on, it says Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrats from New York, along with New Jersey Senator Cory Booker and Andy Kim, asked agencies how they are working to identify and address the source of recent unmanned aerial system activity. House Speaker Mike Johnson received a classified briefing on the drone sightings earlier on Friday today. This has been updated just in the past 30 minutes. So this is the latest on this. We're hearing Donald Trump is saying, shoot them down. And again, let me know, do you agree with Donald Trump? If so, put a 47. Now, we had heard the concerns mentioned by Faulkner and several others that if they shoot these drones down, we don't know if they're gas operated, if there will be explosions. We're hearing they're the size of SUVs. They could come down and they could cause a lot of damage, even cause loss of life if they land on people. So they're saying they need to be very strategic and careful about how to do this. Also, they're saying that these are very advanced technology. They have the ability to maneuver, to shut off their lights, to disrupt other drone communications. We're hearing that they are not being manned by somebody with remote control, but AI technology. They are somewhat self-aware. They are aware when they're being spotted, what's around them, and they have the ability to dodge and move around. So, but he is saying it's time to take them down. No more of this. Here's another one. Trump demands action on mystery drone sightings in the United States. This coming out about an hour ago. It says United States President-elect Donald Trump voiced concerns about alleged drone sightings across the country. In a recent post on Truth Social, Trump questioned if the government is unaware of the incidents. He expressed doubt, saying it's unlikely such activity could happen without our government's knowledge. And this is what we've been hearing vocalized across all the media, as they're saying there is no way. And as a matter of fact, we literally heard that congressman come out and just say it, what everyone's thinking. They are lying to us. They know what's going on. They think we are stupid. He said they are stupid and they are weak. They need to tell the American people the truth. Then we had a second member of Congress come out and say the exact same thing, despite the Pentagon denying all of these claims. Bobby Jackson, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that a ton. I will continue to keep you up to date. Reading on, it says, let's see here. Trump called on authorities to inform the public and take decisive action, saying, let the public know and now, otherwise shoot them down. So Trump is saying that we know exactly what they are. The government is not sharing with us what it is, and we need to let the people know what these are or just shoot them down. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Put a 1 if you think we need to let the public know, 2 if you think we need to shoot them down, or 3 if you think both. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But we are hearing Donald Trump saying he has had enough of this. Now, in addition to that, as I shared with you earlier, this morning, the breaking news coming out that one of them had fallen out of the sky. Now, as I had mentioned, do not get this confused with some of the other reports that have been coming out. We had heard Tuesday that there was one of them that had fallen, and we had come to find out that that was inaccurate, that it was not one of these particular drones. In addition to that, we had a report of one last night that had fallen out. They said, no, that was a hobbyist. That was a toy one. It was not the size of these larger drones. And we've actually seen quite a bit of this. A lot of people are launching their drones in the sky, trying to see if they can get a closer image of these, detect them. What we're hearing is that these particular drones, they have the ability to shut down the batteries of other drones that are operating. Rob Harper, thank you for the $2 super chat. I see you. I appreciate that a ton. And they're saying that they have advanced capabilities and technologies. So the last two were not accurate. Now, what I'm hearing today, I heard this morning, and I reported it as a rumor, but now I'm seeing articles coming out on it that there was one that went down. They're saying it is huge. It's the size of a car. People that saw it go down this morning, they heard the crash. They said it hit power lines, fell into a field in New Jersey. They are saying that they saw other ones of these drones come and almost visit it, hover over it. There was about 10 of them, they said, just hovering over the site, almost like they were inspecting what had unfolded. And as we have heard, that these are likely AI operated. Freedom, thank you for the $10 super chat. They won't even tell us the truth, Steve, of the JFK assassination over 60 years. They know full and well what it is. That's why it is classified. It's show they don't care about our safety. It would sure be nice. Thank you for that $10 super chat. If they would tell us the truth of exactly what is going on. You might be right. They might not ever tell us what is taking place. But let me share with you what is going on as we are hearing that these reports of the one that has fallen today, that it sounds like this actually was one of them. And we're hoping to get more information. But I've been checking up on this all day since I reported this to you. And all I am hearing, I am not hearing this being reported across the mainstream media. And there is video footage coming out on YouTube from local news authorities. But they're saying that as they're visiting the site, that they have it all blocked off. The police, FBI, all these authorities are there. And they're asking them, what did you see in there? Can you give us some information? They're saying, we're not at liberty to say. We cannot share with you what is going on in there. We can't share with you what has been found, what the crash site is like. They're not sharing anything at this time. So to me, this sounds like they do have one of them down, but they're not sharing with us, the public, yet what is actually taking place. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm going to do a quick recap on this for you guys. As Trump is saying, shoot him down this morning. Drone fell out of the sky. New Jersey 911 caller claims. Now, this article says a drone has crashed into the ground in New Jersey amid repeated reported sightings of the unmanned flying devices along the East Coast, according to local law enforcement. Now, police scanner reports in Morris County, New Jersey, indicated that a drone had crashed in the area on Friday morning, with one officer reporting that more remote-controlled aircrafts were spotted in the sky around the scene of the crash. And again, we're hearing that these are likely not remote-controlled, but AI-controlled. Now, the news comes after a surge in drone sightings that have baffled New England law enforcement, as well as the FBI, since November, with authorities unsure about the nature and the origins of the drones, despite extensive scrutiny and protocols. Now, in a police scanner report released on social media, one officer described a 911 response in which someone called in a drone crash near their house, adding that 10 additional drones appeared at that crash site. Now, the officer said that it was a crash. A drone fell out of the sky by the power lines behind their house, and then 10 more ended up showing up as well. This kind of grouping up behavior is consistent with other reports of the drones. On Tuesday, Representative Chris Smith of New Jersey's 4th District told Congress about a similar situation in which a group of 12 drones followed a Coast Guard vehicle out at sea. That is right. We're hearing that these were following very closely to a ship that was sailing off of the Atlantic coast. And they are saying that these are doing this over houses as well. I've seen video footage of these drones hovering over the rooftops of houses. They're saying gathering information. They're going to critical infrastructure sites. They are going to military bases. So last night, I was on the beach park in Ocean County with the sheriff. He had been working every single night. He's got his own tethered drone chronicling. And one of his officers 2 nights ago saw 50 drones coming off of the ocean right there, Smith said. And again, that was the first night that we had heard 50. Then we had heard yesterday in the morning that there was 180. And now today, heat maps coming out of the locations of these. We're hearing that a lot of states now all over the nation are reporting these. There could be thousands now. They are multiplying, it seems, every single day. Newsweek contacted Morris County authorities for an update on the situation via email outside of normal working hours. New Jersey's Governor Phil Murphy confirmed that on Sunday, there were almost 50 reported drone sightings across the state. He told residents that he was taking the incident deadly serious as other states began reporting sightings in December. Sightings have been reported in 3 states along the East Coast: New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. Now we're hearing a whole lot more as well. However, the greatest number of sightings has occurred in New Jersey, where drones, they have been spotted in more than 5 counties. Now, despite the FBI receiving over 3,000 reports from the public and increasing pressure from lawmakers to get to the bottom of the drones, the Bureau told Congress on Tuesday that we don't know who is behind the vehicles, despite the fact that multiple drones have been sighted flying near sensitive military locations. Wow. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as I mentioned, I am taking a look at local news sources, and it looks like they are still investigating this. They have not debunked this. They have not said, no, this is not one. They're just saying we are not at liberty at this time to share any information with the media. Wow. Let me know your thoughts. Now, I'm checking on it. If it will be debunked, I will hop on here right away and let you guys know, okay, they said that this is not it, but right now so far, we are not hearing that. We are in the evening time now, and we're hearing that the investigations are still taking place. News reporting outside of the area around the perimeter is saying that they are asking the authorities, and they are saying, we are not at liberty to say what we have found, if we have found anything. Lisa Dunn, thank you for the $20 super chat. You are awesome. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you so much. Cherie Maury, thank you for the $10 super chat. Says, this is madness. Why can't we go ahead and put our president in office? Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate the super chats. And if you agree with her, drop a 47. As I shared with you guys, Trump is saying, shoot it down. Coming out just in about the past hour or so, Trump calling for the mysterious drones to be shot down. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, we are also hearing that local news authorities, here's one, CBS News New York. Now, I can't play it. I don't want to get in trouble for copyrights for local news station videos, but I'm going to go ahead and link it for you. You can just go ahead and look up the drone crashes. You will see a lot of the ones that have taken place over the past week that have been debunked, but the one that happened today, December the 13th, 2024, early this morning around 5 a.m., so far, it has not been debunked. And we're hearing that they are standing out there, the reporters, asking information. And so far, they're just saying that they're being told we're not at liberty to share any information at this time. So, man, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, we're hearing that this is spreading all over the states. And I'm going to share with you the latest on this, but I want to share with you again what it was that member in Congress had to say. He is the only person that was giving us any answers. At first, we literally heard Ms. Faulkner, when he was on Fox News, come out and almost like laugh, like what? Like just in utter shock that there was a mothership dispatching all of these drones and that it was coming out of the ocean. It was coming from Iran. And I've not been able to verify it. I haven't heard any information on it, but I'm hearing that they're saying they're coming out of the ocean. Some people are saying they're literally coming up out of the ocean, like the mothership is in the water. Others saying that, the drone expert had said that the mothership is actually the correct term for this because these drones are actually connected to a much larger drone that dispatches them, that this could be actually up in the air. Now, when I hear a ship or a mothership, I think of like a actual ship that maybe has a ton of these like sitting on top, and then they're being sent out. But they're saying it's coming out of the ocean. So there's no clarification if when they're saying out of the ocean, if it's coming off of the horizon, like off in the distance, or if they're actually coming out of the water. But some people are claiming these are actually coming up out of the water. So I am not 100% sure. I've been trying to research and find information on it. Still have not been able to find anything. But as soon as I do, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But let's take a look at this so that way you can see it for yourself, what it was that he had to say, a little reminder of what it was that this congressman warned us about. And again, he is saying they know exactly what is going on, just like Donald Trump said, and they are lying to us. They're not telling us what is taking place. Let's go ahead and take a look.
We know they're not backyard drones that some hobbyist is using. We know that they're not a commercial company. We are a full decade behind where China is with drones. The government claims it's not them. We're not being told the truth. They are dealing with the American public like we're stupid.
Jeff Van Drew has really put himself out there. New York Republican Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, good morning to you. You represent Staten Island. I understand they're going to have a press conference in about 40 minutes. Do you know what's going to come from that yet?
Well, look, we're demanding answers from our government. The government needs to be straight with the people. We need the Biden administration and our Governor Hochul and our mayor to tell us what is going on. I don't buy that they don't know what this is. I know that the state has actually put in a significant number of resources into drones. There are hundreds of drones that our state and city agencies are operating for surveillance. They were, over the summer, looking at the amount of sharks that were in the water. They were going over parties in the city of New York. Are they spying on us, our government? I mean, we don't know the answer, but I know that the government does know, and they just need to be honest with the people, because this is giving them anxiety. They're getting stressed over it. They're concerned, and rightfully so. And there's also the public safety aspect. Perhaps this is not a nefarious foreign actor, but there's real possibility here of an accident, of a crash. New York City is densely populated, and so there needs to be restrictions put in place. This cannot continue.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I don't think a lot of people are making that. There are a lot of aircraft in the New York City area just based on the population. Here's John Kirby taking a bit of a sidestep on it. Watch.
While there is no known malicious activity occurring, the reported sightings there do, however, highlight a gap in authorities. And so we urge Congress to pass important legislation that will extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities so that we are better prepared to identify and mitigate any potential threats to airports or other critical infrastructure, and so that state and local authorities are provided all the tools that they need to respond to such threats as well.
Okay, now, Barrett, he was reading that, but I don't know, that just sounds ridiculous to think that this is on Congress.
Well, first of all, we can pass some authorities and resources so they can get certain equipment that they need, but that will take, obviously, years for them to implement. This could be a direct threat right now, and the government saying that there is no known threat doesn't mean that there is not a threat. And I go back to the public safety issue, because even if this is a commercial operator, which, you know, they're saying they don't have information that it is, there could be some type of accident that takes place or an explosion. We don't know what's in these drones, or, you know, if there's a certain type of batteries, or and I have to just say that this is unconscionable to me that the FAA is not putting flight restrictions right now, particularly over sensitive facilities. We have these drones flying over the Verrazano Bridge, which connects U.S. Coast Guard base Fort Wadsworth in Staten Island, and then the U.S. Army installation in Fort Hamilton in Brooklyn. And these things are flying over like nothing. And they're also going over power plants and other critical facilities, even one of President Trump's homes. They put flight restrictions there, by the way, in Bedminster. They should be doing the same. So they have the ability to crack down on this today, and they're just not doing it.
Okay, one more quick thing. Brett Velikovich is awesome on this topic. Just roll this with Laura Ingraham last night, what he said now.
The technology exists to stop this. We just don't have it in the U.S. right now. I don't care what they tell you. I can tell you 100% the U.S. government does not have the properly needed counter-drone systems and detection devices widely spread over these areas of interest that are truly capable of defeating the global drone threats we face. There's threats out there. We got to focus money in the right places.
He's not wrong about that. Here's what I feel. I don't feel at harm. I mean, if this thing was firing at us, it'd be a whole different deal here. But I would like to know what the harm is in letting us know what it is. Last comment on that.
You're exactly right. People want answers. We just want transparency. We need our government to be straight with us. We feel like we're in, you know, characters in the War of the Worlds or an episode of the Jetsons, and that is not right. The public needs to be made aware of what is happening and just tell it to us straight.
Yeah. Anything less than real answers is no good for you, as you write at foxnews.com. Thank you, Congresswoman. We'll see what they say at 10 o'clock in Staten Island. Thanks for coming on. Nice to see you.
There you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, we'd heard him say they think they're lying to us. They have more information than they are sharing, and that is exactly what we're hearing from Donald Trump as well. He's coming out and saying, listen, they are lying to us, and you need to tell the American people the truth, and if you're not going to tell them the truth, then just shoot them down. And I'm seeing those 47 still pouring in. So, Dak Catholic, thank you for hitting the join button, becoming a member. Appreciate that monthly contribution and support. I also see that there was a super chat that came in. Sorry if I missed it. It looks like it came in from Lisa Dunn. Thank you for that. I appreciate that a ton. Now, as I mentioned as well, this is no longer just New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. This is happening all over the world now. And I had gotten DMs. It turns out, like, all the information that I've been getting from people on Instagram, Steve Ram 3, the DMs, they are turning out to be accurate. I had somebody, as I mentioned, in the middle of the night message me saying that they were stationed in a military base out in Europe. They said they couldn't divulge a whole lot of details. It was an anonymous source. I typically don't get, I get DMs on stuff all the time, and I try to take it with a grain of salt. I want to verify everything before I report on it. And they said just that these drones, they are actually being spotted over here in this military base, and it is not being reported by the media. And they said they believe the government knows exactly what is going on, but they're not telling us. Well, take a look at this. It's being confirmed. Coming out from The Guardian, unidentified drones spotted over U.S. airbase in Germany, reports say. German security authorities reportedly flagged numerous sightings over the Ramstein and sensitive industry locations. In addition to that, as I mentioned, I had heard that there were some in California. Take a look at this. Mysterious car-sized drones spotted in the night sky above San Diego County. After a wave of large drone sightings in New Jersey, similar objects are being spotted in the skies above Southern California. So again, they are saying that if you go out at night tonight, take a look at the skies, and if you think you see a drone flying out, please record it and please call the police. San Diego, California. After a wave of mysterious drone sightings in New Jersey, people are concerned and demanding answers, but the government isn't saying much. Since last month, dozens of drones have been captured on video hovering in the New Jersey skies at night. Olivia DiMatteo owns a coffee shop in Mendham, New Jersey, near where some drones have been spotted. Now, they are the size of small cars, almost like a Mini Cooper or a Ford Escape size, she said. It's not something that a kid is buying off of Amazon and flying around as a prankster. So it's way past that. And that is what we're hearing from all these individuals. Similar sightings are being reported in San Diego County and in other parts of Southern California. There is a bunch of red lights floating up in the sky. Lemon Grove resident Colin Rambo could be heard saying on a cell phone video he recorded on November 22nd of 2024, I was driving down the street, just down the street from my house, and I pulled my car over because I saw what looked like a fleet of glowing red orbs, he explained, who is a professional archaeologist. I saw at least 25 of them over a 5-minute period. 3 nights ago, large drones were also seen hovering over the skies above Temecula. F. Joe Biden, thank you for the $2 super chat, says, has there been any sightings in Michigan? I am not sure. We are hearing that there are sightings across various states, F. Joe Biden. Thank you so much for that. And like I said, a lot of the DMs I'm getting, people are actually messaging me videos that they have taken, and they're saying that I am seeing these in my location where I'm at. One was in Austin, Texas. I've heard people say it for Houston, Texas. And then I heard people saying in California, they're seeing them. And now articles are coming out confirming the reports that I'm hearing in DMs on Instagram at SteveRam3. Now, reading on, it says 3 nights ago, large drones were also hovering in the skies of Temecula. We eventually saw one fairly close, and it was about the size of a car. The music artist producer, It's Nomad Music, said, we were at some points right under them, and there was no noise at all. He told CBS 8 that the objects did not appear to be traditional airplanes or helicopters based on their shape and movements. They'll be going just straight one direction, and then just all of a sudden they'll zigzag and keep going, or turn around and just break really quick, he explained. CBS 8 reached out to the Riverside County Sheriff's Office, and they confirmed that the drones were seen in Temecula, that they did not belong to in law enforcement. Now, CBS 8 also reached out to the Camp Pendleton about the sightings in recent weeks. The command is aware of recent drone activity in the surrounding communities, said Staff Sergeant Catherine Lynch Thursday. No military unmanned aerial systems, or UASs, training or activity has occurred during the time or place in question. Meanwhile, in Lemon Grove, in retrospect, Rambo thinks that what he saw could have been paper lanterns in the air, but he is still uncertain about it. Nonetheless, he said it's important to look up once in a while. Wow, so he is even questioning what he saw right now, as he's saying he saw tons of them in the sky, and he's asking himself, did I actually see this? Trying to discredit himself, saying maybe I didn't. With everything that is going on in the news, all these sightings, just please look up at night, said Rambo. The more that we look up, the more chances that we have to see what is out there. And that is exactly what we're hearing from the authorities right now. They're saying that wherever you are now, doesn't matter if you're in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, if you're in California, Texas, any of these states, they are saying to take a look at the skies and let them know if you see what appears to be drones up in the skies. In addition to that, Texas Gulf Coast residents are now spotting mysterious drones as well. The sightings follow reports of drones recently spotted over New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Now, dozens of mysterious aircrafts were spotted flying over the Texas Gulf Coast for hours at a time over the past few nights. From 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday, Cheryl Bowman in Crystal Beach told Schron that she saw about 20 drones flying in from the Gulf of Mexico towards the Galveston ship channel and beyond. More drones appeared around 10 p.m. and remained in the area until midnight on Wednesday. 3 hovered near us lower, then slowly rose up above the clouds for more than 3 hours, Bowman said. They seem to be fairly big because we see them so far out in the Gulf as they fly towards us on the peninsula. The Magalorian, thank you for the $5 super chat. China and Russia are probably 10 years ahead of us in technology because of our zeal and our focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion instead, says the Magalorian. Thank you for that $5 super chat, Magalorian. And yes, I'm going to be sharing with you a clip here in just a second, as we're going to be hearing from a drone expert, and they are saying that the United States, this is one area that we are very weak in, and that is the drones. That these other nations, they have an upper hand on us substantially, and that the technology that we are seeing, that we don't have this. And this is something that the U.S. public has not seen in quite some time. The drone specialist goes over this and says that we think of these as remote-controlled drones. Somebody is manning them, guiding them, watching it on a screen somewhere. He's saying, no, these are actually being operated with AI programming. They're self-aware. They have the ability to move around and do certain things completely on their own. Now, reading on, it says, overnight, more were spotted near the high island area of the Boulevard Peninsula, then toward Rollover Pass. Bowman followed them by car to get a closer look. It hovered near us for more than 3 hours, lower than rose up above the clouds, but I could see them as the clouds passed over, she said. With the naked eye, they are more clear. iPhone video doesn't do it justice. Bowman's neighbors also spotted the drones and said she reported the sightings to the FBI's tip line. Kyle Brown, thank you for the $10 super chat. It says, hey, Steve, thank you for your work on keeping us updated. I live 12 miles from a special ops base C-130 gunship, and I have taken pictures of silver orbs around my area, so I know that they are real. But who? And that is the question we're all asking. We're hearing it could be Iran. Some are claiming it's China. Some are saying that it's the United States. Donald Trump is saying it's time to let the American public know or just shoot them down. Thank you for that, Kyle. I appreciate that $10 super chat. Italian Goddess, thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for keeping us up to date, Steve. We appreciate it. You are very welcome. I will continue to do so as more information comes out. Residents expressed concern about the drones flying in Bowman's video. One writing, this is in very close proximity to the Port of Houston, Big Hill National Oil Reserve, Port of Beaumont, NASA, and the largest oil refinery in North America. This area probably has more national infrastructure than anywhere in the United States. And that is exactly what we're hearing, that these drones, they are going near critical infrastructure areas, military bases, locations. They're flying over homes, and this is all over the U.S. now. Some of the drones were also seen over Houston Thursday night. Jimmy Madrill, photographer, photographed a group of drones flying over houses near I-45 and Fuqua Street in southeast Houston. The sightings follow reports about similar drone activity in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania in recent weeks. The flying devices seemingly increasing daily, raising concerns among residents and local officials as the source of the drones and their purpose has not yet been confirmed. Now, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and other federal, state, and agencies, they've released a joint statement on Thursday, yesterday, saying that they had no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. Still, the agencies are investigating the situation to confirm whether the devices are actually drones, manned aircrafts, or otherwise inaccurate sightings. So there you have it. We are hearing that these are now being seen all over the nation. Not just New Jersey or the East Coast, but California, Texas. I'm hearing reports of these happening in all sorts of various states all over the U.S. and also around the world. U.S. military bases everywhere. And Donald Trump is saying, shoot them down. Let me know your thoughts on this. Should we just go ahead and shoot them down? Trump is saying, let's go for it. Let's take those ships down, those drones. They no longer need to be up there. Now, we had heard the Pentagon come out and say that they have no idea where they're coming from, but they are saying that that is a lie, and that is exactly what we heard from that member of Congress. Now, let me go ahead and share this with you. I'm going to play this for you just to recap really quick before we take a look at what the drone expert had to say on this. As you're going to see this member of Congress come out and say they are lying to us, and you're going to see the Pentagon come out and say there's no validity to his statement. So somebody here is not telling the truth. Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
So Congressman Jeff Van Drew, Republican of New Jersey, you were in a briefing yesterday. You had said that you believed or you heard that it could be from Iran. The Pentagon says that's not the case. And so I wonder, like, if you had put in China, if the Pentagon would then be forced to respond as well. And then we somehow narrow it down by way of guessing game.
They've been incredibly stupid and incredibly weak with this. Here's the point. We know they're not backyard drones that some hobbyist is using because they're much more sophisticated than that. We know that they're not a commercial company within the United States because we don't even have this level of sophistication yet. We are a full decade behind where China is with drones. The government claims it's not them. They say it's not them. So who is it? Well, I had credible individuals who have high security ratings, and they came to me. And again, these are dependable, credible individuals that have security clearance that felt that they wanted to clear the air. They were in essence whistleblowers and said, look, they believe there's a real possibility it could be Iran, that there could be a ship out, not right on the coast of New Jersey, not right there, but these drones, as cited by the Coast Guard, are coming in and out of the ocean. They're going to the ocean. They're not pontoons. They're not landing on the water. They're landing on something. We're not being told the truth. They are dealing with the American public like we're stupid. And again, understand these drones are sophisticated systems, ones that we don't have, that we don't normally see, and we need some real substantive answers. This has been going on for almost 1 month. It's incredible.
Sir, some people did not respect your answers yesterday when you were on our network with Harris. But you're on the Transportation Committee, you're on the Aviation Subcommittee, so you've got some chops. But, I mean, you pulled a pin and rolled it down the hall. And Jen Griffin took that question that you laid out yesterday to the Pentagon. Watch here.
Representative Jeff Van Drew, who is a Republican from New Jersey, was just on the air saying that Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones.
There is not any truth to that. There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
So what were you talking about then, Congressman?
These drones very well could be launched from a ship. It could be hundreds of miles out at sea. These types of drones go much greater distances. These, again, are something that we normally don't see in the United States. So there is a real possibility. Could it be China? Absolutely. Could it be somebody else? It sure could. Here's the deal. They don't know what it is. They don't know what it's about. They haven't taken one down to analyze it. They have no idea where it comes from, but they know that it's not that. I mean, that's nonsense. They do not know what they're doing. Why don't they take one of them down, analyze it, and let us know what's really happening? I hope they know more than they're telling us, but that's disrespectful to the public and to Congress. It's about time they leveled with the truth. Hopefully they'll give us some information this afternoon. But even if they do, it's like a month too late. This reminds me of the spy balloon. Last year, traveled the whole country, obtained all the information it wanted as it was just about to exit. Then finally, the president ordered to be shot down. This is weakness and stupidity, and it's intolerable.
There was a briefing yesterday for local lawmakers in New Jersey. They came out of that meeting and said they got zero. And you have Governor Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey, the state from which you represent, and he said, rest assured, there's no problem for the public. There's no danger here. But how can he be sure of that?
He can't be sure of it. It's like somebody that goes to the doctor and has a severe chest pain and it's horrible. They can't even stand up. And the doctor says, well, I don't know what you have, but you're just fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, they don't know anything. They have no information. How incredible is that when they have $1 trillion budget, supposedly all these experts? And I thought, quite frankly, that it was amateur hour at that press conference that the Pentagon had. No answers, no focus, no ideas. Of course people are concerned. So at the very least, what I've done is passed forward a very credible possibility that came from credible experts. These are real people that didn't want to reveal their names because they didn't want to lose their position, who have high security clearance. It's the real deal. I deal with these people. I'm on the aviation subcommittee. I'm the vice chairman of transportation. This is real. I'm not saying it's definite, but it's something that needs to be explored and treated with respect.
Sir, thanks for coming back today.
There you have it, you guys. He said this is the real deal, that the information that he is giving is exactly what's taking place. He said that they are lying to us. They shared with you the clip of the Pentagon, how they responded. Sabrina Singh coming out and saying there's no validity to that statement. There is no Iranian mothership. There is nothing sitting out on the coast that's dispatching these. He is saying that is false. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, we're hearing that these are all over the states. I saw somebody in the comments saying that they are at a base in Virginia as well. I have heard that as well, that they're in Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey, New York. They are all over. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to play for you a clip so that way you can see it. And this is the one that has the expert in it. Now, this is a pretty long clip. This is 24 minutes long, and it's got a lot of content in here. Now, a lot of it we've already seen, so I'm going to skip through most of it. I'm just going to jump right to where they start talking about the drones, so that way you can hear about the technology that is coming out on these. Now, in addition to that, we also had heard, as I mentioned, a second source coming out and saying that this was, in fact, validated by a second individual. But let's go ahead and jump through this. I'm going to take it right to, I'm searching for it right now, where they start discussing the technology that is being used here. So give me just a second. All right, I'm going to jump to it. This is roughly about where it starts. So let's go ahead and get right to it.
Scioli, who's our Fox News affiliate radio guy in Pennsylvania, in Philly, he said on his radio show yesterday, for 3 hours, he takes calls.
Mm-hmm.
Every single call was about this.
Yeah, sure.
And then I got a call from my dad. He's like, what is going on? Are you okay? Is everything okay? And the government cannot assure us of anything. No wonder there's wild ideas out there.
You know, the FBI says there is nothing that would lead one to say Americans are at risk, but we really don't know. Yeah. So if you don't know, how are we safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so drone warfare is the war of the future. I did a really cool segment on this on the Big Weekend Show about a month ago when we were seeing it in Israel, from Iran, and also in Ukraine at the same time. The way most people understand drones is they think someone's with a remote control and the drone's going out and doing its thing. Well, when that happens, the remote control is talking to the drone's talking back to it. There's a signal going through the air. That's old school technology. That's antiquated at this point. So what they're doing with drones now is they're integrating artificial intelligence with land markers that can be spotted with a camera on the drone. You're not controlling it at all. It's controlling itself. It's got a designated path that it's taking and it's doing it.
So there you hear it. They're saying that this is controlled by AI. There's not somebody with a remote control. This is advanced technology. They're also saying self-aware. It's aware of some of the things that are around it, surrounding it, that they can huddle around, as we had heard the report of the one that crashed earlier today, that the one that crashed, they said that there was 10 others that came over and hovered over it, almost as if inspecting it. And then, as I've been mentioning, I've been trying to keep an eye on that crash for updates today to see if it is debunked. If they say, no, it wasn't one of the ones, just like we saw yesterday and we saw Tuesday, but that has not come out yet. And the reports that are coming out, they are saying that all the authorities that are around the crash site are saying they cannot give any information at this time. So take a listen to this. He is breaking down the technology that these drones have.
So our number one defeat against drones is to jam that signal. If my remote control is sending it a signal, I'm going to send 1,000 different signals that can't hear it anymore, and it gets confused and it comes to the ground or goes off path, and we can take control of it. That's not even an issue or an option with the latest technology in these drones. The term mothership is actually something being used because they're developing technology to where you can take a big drone up and it deploys what's called a swarm, a bunch of small drones. And then if you can jam, it's got the capability to move and get out of your jamming reach. There's a lot in this space of drones that Americans don't quite understand or know yet. And the truth is the entire West is behind on drone technology. I talked to a good friend of mine that works at one of the big aviation defense contracting, and he said, you know what, man, I don't have a clue. And unfortunately, that's where we are.
You know, it's interesting, and you were a legislator, Harold. You know, they're saying that we need legislation to grant law enforcement the authority to shoot them down. So say you don't want to shoot it down, but you should be able to corner it to some extent so that it's got to go down. I mean, you don't have to shoot it down and blow it up. But how long are we going to tolerate this? The government told us that they weren't taking pictures of China spy craft in real time. Then when it gets over the Atlantic and we blow it up, oh, sorry, they were taking pictures in real time over military bases.
So I don't know an answer to any of the questions that you posed, but I dare to say this. First off, that was a great, thank you for sharing that about drones and how that technology is used and the advances there. It seems like that's going to be a big part of our future munitions and weapon systems. Two, every law enforcement has every right, if they believe their community or the space that they are protecting is violated or threatened, they could shoot it down if they chose to. There's nothing stopping them from shooting it down, and I hope that if I lived in that neighborhood, I would probably want them to take greater action. I've heard what Dana said, that these things are the size of cars or SUVs. Three, I heard the Defense Department answer, I think Jesse, I agree with Jesse, I think your theory, Jesse, this is a defense contract. I think it could be a defense contract or even perhaps one of our intelligence agencies that's doing this, because the Defense Department said that it was not posing a threat to any military installation, that there was not any mothership or ship off the East Coast that these things were taking off, unless they're blatantly lying to us. So I deduce like you do, this must be, there's no way you're allowing this to happen in our airspace unless they're testing something. Joey would have a interesting and probably a better perspective on this, having served in the military, but there's something else going on here. But I have to tell you, if I lived in a neighborhood and I looked out my window and my kids were looking out their window and they saw that, I'd be calling the police and certainly be calling the governor and others. And I would hope that Governor Murphy's probably, I would imagine he's had a call with the White House saying, what the heck is this that's flying in my airspace?
But nobody's been doing anything for a month.
And then they should share with the people.
There's one aspect of this that we didn't talk about that may blow a hole in the idea that it's all defense, all our friendlies. They just arrested a Chinese guy who was flying a drone next to a military base, and this is happening overseas on U.S. military bases. So that makes it hard to land one place or the other.
So frequent. You would think they would have shot these down. This has happened like many nights.
You'd think they'd have shot that balloon down.
I'm glad to hear you think that, Harold.
Look, the judge, you did a great interview with Daniel Penn.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click
there
here.
You have it, you guys. As we heard them say that these are also overseas, and you heard them discussing the technology that is behind these. They're saying that these are extremely advanced. He said that he was talking to an expert here in the United States, and he said he simply does not know what this is. And we're hearing that maybe the government knows, but they're not telling us. But this is not something that, you know, the vast majority of the U.S. public has an understanding of the technology that these drones are capable of. And we had heard, for those of you that are hopping on a little bit late, I see we got 6,600 people on with me live. Don't forget, take a quick second if you haven't done so yet. Hit the like button. Help spread this out further. Donald Trump coming out and saying, shoot him down. He has had enough of this. Trump calls for the mysterious drones to be shot down. You can see this coming out at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He is saying, shoot them down. He says the government knows what's going on. They're lying to the American people. Either tell the American people or just shoot them down. And if you agree with Trump demanding action on the mysterious drone sightings, drop a 47 in the comments. Now, if you disagree, put a 46, because right now what we're hearing is that they are saying don't shoot them down, because if you do, they could fall and they could cause massive damage. They could hurt a lot of people. They're saying don't do it. But Trump is saying he's had enough. Shoot them down. Get them down. There's just too much of a security threat and concern to the American people. They're at our infrastructure systems, our military sites. He's saying, get them out of here. We have had enough of this. A lot of people were asking me, what does Trump think about this? Trump is saying, He has had enough. Now, like I said, we've already had 2 members of Congress come out and say what they think it is, and they both said that there are high-level officials behind closed doors, remaining anonymous, that are sharing. They know what this is, that there is a mothership that is releasing these, and it is based from Iran, that Iran is doing this. And Iran, they said, has gotten these capabilities from China. China has supplied this to Iran. Iran is now using it against the United States to gather information. JW, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, I have a video of drones shooting just lasers just last night. Yes, JW, I have seen that same exact footage myself. And that is what I was sharing with people earlier, is that I'm hearing that they have the capability to shoot, but I have not been able to confirm it. So take it with a grain of salt. Always remember that you can't always trust all the information coming out on social media. I like to try to do my best to verify everything. So yes, I heard the same thing. I heard 2 rumors last night. And last night, in the middle of the night, I was unable to verify it. The 2 rumors were this. One, that these have the capabilities of shooting. And so they're also telling the public, don't shoot them because maybe they might shoot at you back. The second thing that I heard was that one of them had crashed, and it had crashed, and that there was an investigation underway. Now, the investigation, as I shared with you, that has now been confirmed. There is a crash that has taken place in New Jersey, and it has not been debunked as of yet. Jerry, thank you for the $10 super chat. And so the other thing I've heard, and I have not been able to verify this anywhere, there's just footage floating around social media, so I don't want to take it as factual just quite yet, that they have the potential to shoot at individuals as well. I see somebody saying they're seeing them in Ontario, Canada as well. Yeah, I'm hearing they are everywhere now, not just on U.S. soil, but all over the world on military bases from the U.S. They're saying these are primarily seem to be focused on U.S. assets. So like I said, though, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to speed on this because, man, there's going to be a whole lot of information coming out. This right now is a major concern, and it's just baffling that the U.S. government has such little information to provide to the American people. And Trump's saying he is sick of it. JP, thank you for the $10 super chat. Trump knows that this is an American technology that will be used against the citizens to cause chaos, to prevent him from getting into power in January. And now they will say UFOs are attacking people. Let me know, do you agree with JP? Is this the U.S.? If you think it's the U.S., put U.S. in the comments. If you think it's China, put China. If you think it's Iran, put Iran. If you think it's aliens, put aliens. Let me know your thoughts. Kyle Brown, thank you for the $2 super chat. Illegal aliens 47, gotta go. Yeah, we are hearing that Trump is also saying that illegal aliens, you will be deported out of here. I also heard him say today, let me know if you heard this, that he wants to get rid of daylight savings as well. He's going to be making a push to stop the daylight savings, moving the clocks back and forth. So Trump, not even in office yet, president-elect, and he is making moves right away, trying to see that before he even gets into office, if he can help get things on track here in the U.S., and I really feel like we sure could use it. Seems like there is so much chaos all over the world, and especially in the United States right now. Donald Trump making moves, and he is making the call right now. He is saying, those drones in the sky, shoot them out of the sky. Shoot them down right now. And I see people saying Project Blue Beam. I've seen people saying it's China, Iran, USA, 47. I'm seeing people showing spaceships emojis in the comments. Very, very interesting to me. Yesterday, we did a poll on the channel. Mookie Dadon, thank you for the $2 super chat. Yesterday, we did a poll on the channel, and the room was split. I was shocked. Usually, people are very opinionated, and it seems to go one way or the other. It was like 30% of the room said it was China, 25% of the room said it was Iran, another 25% of the room said that it was the USA, and like 20% of the room said it was actual aliens that they are trying to cover up. So the audience is split on this one, and I think it just goes to show that we really don't know who it is. We are left in the dark. Maybe the U.S. government knows. Maybe it is them. But we, the people, we don't know what's going on. Freedom, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, I'm sick of all of this crap and this Trump. Screw the government. I believe her. It's a foreign country. That's garbage. Keep daylight savings. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And we will see. I will keep you up to date so that way you know exactly what is going on, because there seems to be new news on this coming out. Not even just every day, like every hour. The updates have been coming out literally today. I did one earlier this morning about the crash, and now we're getting more updates about the crash and that Trump is saying to shoot him down. Madison, thank you for the $5 super chat. They're in Ohio. Saw 2 outside of my window, very bright, and the ones I saw changed shape. Got pictures of it. Wow. If you want to share these with me, I would love to see them. Send them to me on Instagram at SteveRam3. I've been having a lot of people sending me this stuff, and like I said, I've been getting anonymous sources coming in from overseas, from various states, people sharing with me what they are seeing. And I've been trying to take a look myself because I've been hearing that they're here in Houston. I haven't seen anything, but please share. I would love to see what is going on. Zizo, thank you for the $2 super chat. Trump is man of action. Fire emoji. Yes, he is. Sage from the 6, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says Trump isn't capable of fixing this problem. Sorry. Let me know. Do you agree? Do you think Trump isn't going to be able to do it? We also heard this same claim about the war in Russia and Ukraine. Russian oligarchs saying he's not going to be able to fix this stuff. He is overconfident. But Trump coming out today, about an hour or so ago, saying, had enough of this, shoot them down. Take down these drones. So we will see, you guys. Like I said, I will keep you up to date so you know exactly what is going on. But that is the latest. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the subscribe button if this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? Articles are linked down in the description below. I try to do my best to hold myself accountable to the community, put them on the screen, read right from them, show you that it is the latest, along with additional resources. I've got a free power grid failure guide in case things go awry, what to take into consideration, along with Amazon links to various resources. And also, if you haven't done so yet, please take a second, hit that like button for me. Help spread this out across the YouTube platform so that way people can get the latest updates. And as I've mentioned before, I am now also on Rumble, Spotify as Steve Ram. I'm on Instagram, TikTok as Steve Ram3, and I am on Facebook and X as Steve Ram News. And if you want to join the newsletter, SteveRamNews.com. So join me on my other social media platforms as well. I'll do my best to keep you guys up to speed on everything so you know exactly what is taking place. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.